Hey everybody, it's Jochen Heiden. I'm back with the Italian versus Heiden campaign. It's December 22nd, 1941, turn 16. Okay, we grab Buna, which is near Port Moresby. This is going to be an exciting turn for me, guys. We're looking to take a lot of important bases today. I'm trying to move forward in China, and hopefully Kido Butai does its thing in Australia. I'm keeping my fingers crossed so we don't get rained out. Alright. Got the Dutch sub K9 hanging out north of Babel. 4 Dutch subs are hanging out here right now. So I actually think this, other than me losing, getting Chitose hit and a transport with important troops on there, we didn't lose either one. But these subs being here means they're not interfering with operations in the Dutch East Indies. Oh. Okay. We got a substantial allied surface force hanging out near Pago. Interesting. What is this? Well. Look what we have here. The Honolulu, which is a sister ship to the Boise, and some pretty big destroyers here. All right. K-10 dodges, fires a torpedo south of Saigon. Two Dutch subs sitting here, and again, I'd rather them be here than further south, but this is good for me. They're out of position as far as I understand, as far as I believe it. All right, no contact with K9. All right, landing at Lord Howe Island. I figured I'd grab it. Why not? KB is right there to support. Okay, that's another base in the Ellis Islands, and again, continuing to unload at Kendari. And Raoul Island. Landing here. And a dot base, Lifu, near Numea. Okay, no surprises yet. Okay, now we got 019 hanging out here. And these Type 95s won't hurt this guy. Can't reach him. But here's a cool thing. These subs are firing their torpedoes at targets that are very hard for them to hit. And they're not hurting me in other places. So I really don't have a problem with them. If we're going to keep them tied down here, then fine. All right. These are Allied PT boats that were in Manila, and they've slowly been clawing their way south, but I believe them to be completely out of fuel. That's why they're damaged like this. Yeah, I think they're dead in the water. Yeah, right. It's not going to take much to sink these things. Hasu's going to just rip and tear these guys up. Like... Oh, they're having a field day. These things are just blowing up. Yeah, I think they're dead, guys. Alright, one's down. Okay, 2 down. Obliterated. I love it when it says that stuff is obliterated. Awesome. Okay, 3 PT boats have been eliminated. That's the last of those. So that's 3 less we got to deal with later on. Ooh, okay. Okay. Look what we got here. the Thresher has made it up to Sakhalin. So we've had AMCs come through, and now Allied submarines are prowling the oceans near Sakhalin. Okay, here we go, guys. Keep your fingers crossed. Come on. Well, they spotted us. Come on, no cancel mission, no cancel mission. All right, guys, I think our Sydney raid's going to go in. Sweep in Singapore, because we're going to be hitting that today. There we go. First sweep going in. No enemy fighters present. I didn't think there would be, but, you know, you never know. Okay. Sweeping over Baton, because I'm hitting that place today. Okay, nice big tight formation going into Baton today. Nice, yeah. Very nice today. Got some hits on some PBYs that'll keep them down. No losses here, despite there being a lot of flak at this base. And supply hits aplenty. This is good stuff. Okay, more supply hits. That's what I want. Here we go, guys. Full deck raid, dude. We got everything going in. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Now. Alright, guys. Let's see what we do. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh. Okay. Not bad. Not a bad first showing for our first day in Australia. This is one of the better results that I've had, despite the heavy cloud. So, you know, not too bad. Okay, bombers coming in here. We're attacking in this hex. I think we'll do well here. That was a pretty decent hit. Add some disruption there. Okay, bombers coming out of Bangkok, hitting this little unit on the road here. The 13th Burma Rifles. Okay, here we go, guys. I am hitting Singapore this turn, so I'm... Ooh, okay. Alright, I'm taking a look here. We're hitting some ships. Okay. We keep hitting 100 kilogram bombs, and the Mauritius isn't going to hurt it at all. That's what I need. Nice. There we go. So the 250-pound bombs can do damage to the Mauritius, and that's a pretty decent light cruiser. If we could destroy it in port, that'd be great. His flak's not really hurting us that much. Nice. We're doing some good damage here. Okay, not bad, not bad. Put at least one 250 on the Mauritius, which is good. I doubt these guys are gonna do much. Another hit. Oh, well, there we go. We're not killing it, but we're damaging the Mauritius, which is good. We're taking out stuff, making it combat ineffective. Okay, I got plenty of fighters here. We should be able to deal with these bombers. Alright, let's see how this runs out. Okay, one SB3 destroyed. Cool. And some blennies coming into Kuala Lumpur. I think he's forgetting to turn these guys off, is my guess. So we'll repulse them. Okay. Really? That's more stuff sinking in Singapore. Overall, really happy with that first strike on what's it called? Sydney. That was a good first day opening. Ooh. Okay, we got some Dutch bombers coming out of Ambon. And they missed because they're bombing from really high up. Good day in the air for us. Okay, more ships sinking, presumably at Singapore. Okay, line combat. Let's see how we go. All right, starting off. He's actually looking kind of weird. That's a lot more AV than I thought that he would have here. Huh. Well, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna run it. Ooh, oh. Oh. Yikes. Oh, this does not go well. What the heck happened here? We got blown out here. That's a lot of losses. Huh. I did not expect that, guys. That is not a good result for us. We should have easily overcame these guys, and we did not. I wonder what's going on here. Well, let's hope the armor cards can do a little bit better on the roads today. Okay, that guy's good. That guy's good. Okay. Barberman at Chusian. Boy, he's brought in some big units here, guys. Look at the size of these things. This is going to be a hard base to crack here. Yeah, we're completely equal in AV, and it was not going to be easy to break through that. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Explain this one to me, guys. 976 to 1, 87 to 22, and we inflict 1 casualty. What in the heck is that? What is that? And obviously we're gonna need a lot more troops here. Butai, this unit is completely surrounded, so we should be able to kill it. There it is. That unit is neutralized. And Kendari, this is gonna be open and shut. Okay, and we easily take Kendari. Literally one device lost. We destroy one unit, the other one retreats. Okay. Tanks are shotgun attacking across Mole Mine. You should have no issue here. Easily won. Alright, slowly moving towards Rangoon, guys. Okay, shock attack against the Lusu War area south of Suchao. And it retreats. Okay, trying to push this core back out of Taiyuan. And we get it. Nice. And Sinkwang. Man, I forgot about all these things. This is great. Okay, let's do it. Got it. Nice. And we push him into Sambas, which is really good for us. Destroy one Dutch aircraft on the ground. Minimal casualties and a lot for the Allies. Good stuff. A bombardment at Clark. This is the Allies bombarding us. Not trading good there. I don't know what all we got to do to match his firepower here, but that's not great. Lord Howe Island. Got it. And Nuku Fitau. So the Ellis Islands are fully secured. And Finchhofen. Good stuff. Alright. So kind of a bad result in China today, but a really good result in what's it called? Sydney. Keep forgetting that. Okay guys, let's take a look at the numbers here. Aircraft losses today. 3 for him, 4 for us. So he loses 2 Dutch aircraft. We lose a Lily, a Pete, a Kate, and a 0. And he loses an SB3. 2 wounded, 2 killed pilots. Ship sunk last turn. 3 PT boats. And a couple of these guys reported as sunk in Singapore, but I suspect there'll be even more than that. And we put a good bomb into the Mauritius, which is great. Army loss points ticked up quite a bit here. So these are a little higher than I would like them to be this early into the campaign. We'll have to look at China and see why that is. One thing I'll tell you, though, is I like this. This is the very start of our strat bombing campaign in Australia. And for example, I looked back at the Helson video, which coincidentally also occurred on the 22nd of December. So even against Helson, I hit Sydney on the 22nd of December in that campaign. So, you know, keeping the tradition alive. For the turn, score went up quite a bit. So enemy subs operating up here. We need to be very careful of that. But I've got plenty of ASW assets there. Okay, I got to figure out what the heck happened in China here. So what happened here? I put these guys on deliberate, and apparently this unit alone was not enough to push a single army HQ out of the hex. I've never seen that before, so we're going to have to hit him a lot harder this turn, and that's going to slow us down. I see a mistake right here. This guy got in here all by himself, and that is very dangerous because he's in a stack with a lot of allied troops. Now, the good thing here is that the stacking limit in this hex is 40,000, and I'm almost certain he's got way more troops than that. So it looks like my armor will get in there next turn to reinforce him, which is good. So we'll have 3 armor units, and I'll bomb the heck out of this Hex in case he does try to attack. We have a chance of holding him. We now get the terrain bonus if he attacks us, and he's probably overstacked here. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I know what happened in this Hex. I think we're overstacked. Yeah, we're definitely overstacked substantially, and that apparently really hurt. Really hurt our units here. I had no idea it was going to be that extreme. I only attacked with 3 units thinking that that was more than enough to carry the day, but apparently it was not. We should have used all of them. But regardless, we're overstacked here, and I think that's probably what hurt us in this combat. I need to be careful with this overstacking thing. This is like my first real taste of it. So we lost like 200 AV on a bad attack and did almost nothing to him. So the lesson learned here, don't overstack. That's hurting us big time. So I'm going to have to pull some units out and try this again. But that was not a good result there. And I am a little concerned about Chusian. There is a lot of allied AV in here. And I don't have the troops to push them through because stacking limits again. At Chusian, stacking limit's 35,000, and we're just about, it's 40,000, I got 35, so I can't even put another division in here if I wanted to, which means we have to attack, fall back, attack, fall back. And this is, I hate stacking limits. I already can tell this is going to be a huge problem for me here. I don't know how to overcome that, but just grind away at it, and that sucks. Happier note, in Burma, we cleared this Hex, and now we got a road into Pegu. So we're going to keep working our way up here. We found this unit moving on the road. We bombed it. I actually would love him to cross into here, but I doubt that he will. Because that triggers some emergency reinforcements in Indochina. I can use the troops. These guys are still moving on to Voi. I'm sorry, Mergi. Getting really close to taking Johor Bahru. So I am guessing I'm going to use some paratroopers on this to capture it easily. And from there, we'll be able to rail the rest of these troops down all the way to Johor and then put them into combat mode and recombine the divisions. Also, the 2nd and 16th divisions are almost fully unloaded here, and the 38th just arrived. It's going to start unloading this turn, that upcoming turn. And a few days behind it, the 21st division is coming in. So we're going to be looking pretty good here. 6 divisions on Malaya to get Singapore taken down quickly. Bombers hit the port today. We didn't do much damage to the port, but we hit some ships in there, which is great. The Mauritius got a hit. We sank a couple other things. And that's just, and also what I like about that is the flak. I don't know what happened, but the flak, we only lost 1 Lily. In the past, when I was attacking Singapore, we lost a lot of stuff. Now, what altitude did I go in at? Let me check. Okay, 12,000 feet. That's not that high. So we can do that. If that's the losses we're going to take, I can easily sustain this for a little bit. So I think we're going to hit him again next turn to see if we can get some more ships taken out. I will continue to sweep and escort in case his fighters do come up, but he's only got a few fighters left. So even if they do come up, we should be able to neutralize those. Okay, we took Sinkoang, which is great. And this is going to be a very important base for us. We can move all these aircraft to here. And then we have range on Batavia and some parts of Java, which is cool. Another big deal, we captured Kendari, which is going to allow us to power project all throughout the Dutch East Indies now. This is a great base, and I have 370 AV here, which is more than enough to initiate activities at Ambon, Timor. We got Monado next turn for sure. We're going to easily take this base. Monado's fallen, and we'll go after Ambon, Timor, and we'll figure out where to go from there. But having Kendari is huge, and he just let us take it. Nothing intervened here. Solomons, if you watch my strategy video last turn, we're well on our way to establishing occupation of all these dot bases and such before we go into Port Moresby, because I want this unit to surrender here. I want all these units to surrender in place so we don't have to chase them all over the peninsula. And finally, Kido Butai had its combat debut in Australia, and I would call this a good result. I checked the Helson video. On our first turn, we only got 68,000 fires. On this one, we got about 85 or 89. And that's going to yield us a lot of points. So I expect this number to be over 400 next turn, not counting whatever strikes we have. Something else that I figured out after looking at this is that, holy crap, he did not move any of these ships out yet. So that is a big, juicy opportunity for a port strike. I might go for a port strike in addition to a strat bombing attack, because that is just too juicy to leave. There's so many ships there. I had no idea. I thought he would have evacuated them maybe to the south, through the Bass Strait, or down around New Zealand, something, but he left them at port. I don't think he expected us to come here, because KB was been unsighted the entire trip down here. Like, we broke contact with him around turn 3, turn 4 in the Philippines. We went dark about here, and he never saw us again. So we got all the way down through the Solomons. I went around his naval search at Port Moresby because I knew he had Catalinas there. Came through the Solomons, stopped here, refueled with the Oilers, and then headed in here, and he never saw it. That's a big fat naval search fail if I ever saw one. So what I'm going to do now is probably move these guys to here to get into position to hit Sydney or Sale or any of these other bases. And if he tries to retreat his ship south, I can break off some surface raiders to go after him. So he can't really flee south. If he flees to the north or to the east, Noumea Air Power and all of my cruisers and destroyers that are sitting there can get into combat and intervene on that. So these ships are dead one way or the other. I'm going to sink every one of these guys. There's no way that he can get away from it. So I'm kind of excited about this. Like, this is a really good position to be in. All these ships are in port. We got no fighters here. We got a good first strike on Sydney with a lot of fires, which means it's going to burn and do a lot of damage to the industry. At least 400 strat points by next turn, easily, if not more. Yeah, and I don't really think there's anything he can do. The only threat that I see out here at this time is a pretty substantial surface force that was at Pago, right? I saw the Honolulu and about 6 destroyers. But I got plenty of naval search up, so if he comes this way, let me show you. We got some Mavises over here. If he comes this way, we'll see him and we can intervene. I can send some cruisers out, destroyers out. I got a Betty bomber unit that can carry torpedoes that can go after him. So honestly, if he comes anywhere near here, we can do something about it. So, and Kido Butai is a pretty huge surface escort. We got the Mutsu and the Yamashiro and some destroyers, in addition to all of the indigenous shipping support that we have here. I'm not worried about Kido Butai at all. If the enemy carriers come in, we'll see them coming, because he can't come this way because I got naval search there. He can't come this way because I got naval search. And if he goes south, I'm going to build a wall and plug up all these holes so that we can see him getting around New Zealand. And we're going to capture Roa Island next turn. And from there to there, our naval search can get to about there, which means he would literally have to hug the bottom of the map. And I've got subs already down there ready to catch that. So I'm pretty comfortable about the Allied carriers not being able to intervene on this for a while. I think we're looking good. So let's hit this again. I'll probably do a port strike coupled with another manpower hit to stoke these flames a bit. And let's get some more points. Catch you guys on the next one.